lovely ones. Kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about two controversial issues that have arisen in the past few days. One of them has to do with Paris Jackson and the other with Josh Hutcherson, and these two issues are not interrelated, but I decided to put them into the same video because they kind of do touch on the same sort of situation. I mean, like, you'll see as this video goes on why I decided to do them in the same video, but pretty much I was having a conversation on Twitter with a friend of mine. Her name is, I believe it's CrystalRoxy97. That's her Twitter name. I don't know her YouTube name. I'm like really bad with the names, I told you guys. But yeah, we were just talking about the incident that happened with Paris Jackson. I wouldn't really even call it an incident because I don't believe that it's a huge issue. She had taken some photos and posted them on Instagram, as she always does. I mean, like, as everybody does. These pictures, I guess, caused a controversy because of the fact that she was in her bikini, and now I understand why that might be a big deal to some people, or why people might feel the need to bring that to attention. But then again, I feel like Paris is innocent in the way that, like, you know, I don't think that she was doing it to be like, hey, let me flaunt my body, something like that. I really don't think it was anything like that. I just think, you know, maybe she was caught up in the moment. You know, she takes pictures with her friends all the time, whether they're at school or they're playing or they're, you know, whatever, just fooling around. And so this day they happened to be swimming and took pictures. And I guess, you know, maybe it wasn't the best idea in the world to post her bikini photos, but I definitely don't think it was the worst idea in the world either. Like, I mean, come on, she's 14 years old, she's a teenager, and will do what teenagers do, and that's definitely one thing I have seen a lot of. You know, I don't think that it gets that much attention when people are not, like, in the spotlight, but I don't even really see the big deal about it. I mean, some people out there, yes, they're going to look at the pictures in ways that they shouldn't, and they might sexualize the photos, but I really don't think that they were very sexual in themselves. And, you know, I don't really feel the need to, like I said, I was talking about this with Crystal, and she asked me, well, are you going to be posting a video about it? And in all honesty, I wasn't going to, but, I mean, since I was going to be doing the video about Josh, I figured, hey, let me just put these two together. So, really, I'm just giving my 2 cents. I don't think that she should be really too harshly reprimanded. I do know that she's probably grounded because she hasn't posted on like Twitter or Instagram in a few days since the incident. So, and the pictures have been removed, but definitely it's online. Like, Mediatakeout posted it, and then a bunch, like the National Enquirer felt that it was like a big deal, so they had something on that as well. But to be honest, I mean, I feel like she'll learn from her mistakes and realize that, hey, maybe it's not a good idea to post those types of photos. They try to paint it like she's rebelling against her grandmother, and I really don't feel like she was like, hey, let me post these types of photos to irk my grandmother. I really don't think it's like that. She seems to have a head on her shoulders. She's fairly level-headed for her age, and you know, people make mistakes. This is definitely going to be one that she will be able to look back on and laugh at, because the media does tend to blow things out of proportion, and that's another thing that Crystal, Roxy, and I were talking about. You know, just the fact that it's been kind of blown out of proportion, because she's a teenager, and like I said, teenagers will do crazy things sometime. And, you know, like, in my other video, I was just talking about her, saying how, like, I feel like she's going in the right direction. She wants to be an actress, and, you know, she's working hard towards her goals and stuff, and I think that's what people should be focusing on rather than the negative. And I wouldn't even really consider this to be negative because of the fact that, you know, she and her friends went swimming. It's not as though they said, hey, let us put on, like, very scampy clothing and take pictures, photographs in those clothing. Like, she was wearing a bikini for a reason, and I feel like as if, like, if the paparazzi were to happen to take photographs, snap some photographs of Paris and her friends by the pool, and they happen to be in their bikinis, and then the media happened to post this on their websites, it wouldn't be a big deal, the fact that Paris is in a bikini. But because she snapped the photographs and is in a bikini, it's a huge deal, which really doesn't make much sense. So, I mean, I'm not defending the fact that, like, oh, young people should be, you know, going around taking photographs that are very revealing. I don't think that they should. It's probably never been a good idea, but at the same time, I mean, I think it was all in fun. It wasn't her trying to draw attention to herself in any way. And I mean, it's inevitable that she will have a lot of attention on her because of the fact that she's a Jackson. Like, if I were to post a photo like that, I might get the odd, like, reprimandation, but I don't feel that it would be a huge deal. I mean, even back when I was 14, and I'm 21 now, so it's a little bit different, but I don't know. Girls will be girls, especially because, I mean, a guy in his swimming trunks is always acceptable, but then a girl in her bikini is like, oh my god, wow, she's, like, trying to be all sexual. I really don't see that, but yeah. So that was, like, what I wanted to say about that. I don't feel that she needs to be reprimanded any further. I'm sure she's heard from her family and stuff why this is not a good idea. You know, I don't think that people at the age of 14 should really even be posting photos like that. And that's just my opinion. And of course you guys are going to have your opinion. So definitely post your opinions down below. But please keep it nice, keep it friendly. I mean, there's no use in arguing because everybody's going to have different views on, you know, what's taking place. And, you know, I really don't even think it should be blown out of proportion, which is why I really didn't feel the need to make a video about it in the first place. But, I mean, it is interesting conversation, I guess. And, like I said, it'll come to pass, and I don't think it's that huge of a deal. So, with that being said, I'm going to move on to the next thing, and okay. This involves my boyfriend, not Stuart. Okay, you guys have to know this. I have like 5 boyfriends, and I know that sounds ridiculous and stupid and whatever, but like, okay, Stuart is my boyfriend. You guys have all seen him in my boyfriend tag, and he is first and foremost out of everybody in my life. I love him so much, and so it's not to slight him when I have my other like little imaginary boyfriends. So Stuart, like I said, he's first and foremost, but then I have Michael Jackson, who's like the epitome of all boyfriends and husbands. Like, I've married him 5 times over in my mind. And then also, you know, once upon a time I had a really big crush on Michael Ealy, and that's kind of resurfacing a little bit because I just recently saw the movie Think Like a Man, and he was in it and did a wonderful job. So kind of feeling him too. He's like another little secondary boyfriend, but then also you guys know that I have a recent obsession with Josh Hutcherson, and yeah, I kind of explained that in another video. I can post it somewhere around here, and you guys can go check that out. But pretty much he's got another like controversial issue going on right now, and I mean, I'm not trying to make light of what happened. I'm not saying that it's right what he did, and I'm not condoning it. I know that I can be a little bit biased because I do have this huge crush on him, and I want to believe so badly that he's this really nice guy. And I mean, it's not, this doesn't even make it that he's not a nice guy. It just kind of, you know, it shows that people do make mistakes. And okay, so here's the story. Josh Hutcherson is 19 years old, and obviously not legal drinking age. Well, at least not where he lives. Where I live, he is legal drinking age because I live in Canada and drinking is acceptable at the age of 19. I'm 21, so I would have been able to drink from 2 years ago. Not that I have been really exhausting that rule because I don't really drink. I've never drank to the point of like drunkenness, and like I don't really do it for recreation, but I mean, like on my birthday I had a peach Bellini, big whoop, right? And then like if I go clubbing I might have a drink or whatever. It's not something that I really take in a habit of, and I really don't think that Josh has either. The main problem at hand here is that he had a fake ID and went to a grocery store, I believe it's called Ralph's, and he purchased a pretty expensive drink. The drink costs $1.70, and it's like he purchased a bottle of, I think it's called Macallan whiskey or something like that. So, you know, now he's being painted as this, like, villain who drinks all the time and stuff, which we don't even really know. It's whatever. So, pretty much, whoever works at Ralph's, either slipped in, like, allowed him to buy this drink, or, you know, maybe it was a complete mistake, and they did find that the fake ID was, like, real enough. They didn't realize it was a fake ID. I really don't know, because I don't see that being very likely, seeing as Josh Hutcherson would be known like pretty much everywhere, and they might have seen him, so they would know that he's Josh Hutcherson, and so I don't see how a fake ID would really work. But anyway, he somehow pulled it off and was able to purchase this bottle of whiskey, and so TMZ, obviously being the media outlet that they are, decided that this would be a great idea to post it on their website and just make a huge deal out of it. Yes, I understand the rule is that you have to be 21 to drink where he lives. And so he should abide by that rule, and I don't think that it was a good idea for him to break the rule. He is a very influential figure right now. I noticed that it's mainly with girls who are like 13 through, you know, like 25 even. Like, so many people look up to this guy or love this guy so much and are very easily influenced by him. And, you know, I don't feel that that was being like the best role model ever, going ahead and doing that. But again, he does have his life, and I can't say I don't know people who haven't used fake IDs to get into clubs or to purchase alcohol. Now, I've never done that myself, and I'm like telling the honest to God truth, but I do know people who would do that, and I mean, it's like a teenage thing, you know. We're noticing now that he swears. I mean, I watched Punk the other day, which was pretty cute, by the way. I didn't think the pranks were that great, but it was still fun to watch him, and, you know, he did swear a few times in that, and then, like, now we're seeing that he drinks and stuff like that, but I think it's inevitable with growing up. That's what people do. I'm not condoning it, like I said. I'm not saying, oh, yeah, he should have done that, and it was a great thing to do, but he did it, and, like, now the fact that the media has brought it, like, so much attention, and, like, it's, like, such a huge deal in the media, I feel bad for the person who firstly sold him the drink, because this is now a problem. TMZ went to Ralph's and inquired about why they were selling to minors, and, you know, they had to obviously defend themselves and let the media know that, like, oh, we don't usually sell to minors, this was definitely a mistake, you know, we're gonna look into it and stuff. And so the person who sold it, they may not have known that he was a minor, and if they didn't know and they do lose their job, that is kind of unfortunate, because then, you know, this person is going to be unemployed, and then Josh is just going to be this, like, rich guy who got away with drinking alcohol underage. But so this is going to be looked into, and, you know, they're saying there's a possibility of him going to jail, like facing jail time or whatever, for 6 months for, you know, having the fake ID and using it and whatever. But I feel like it's very unlikely that that'll happen, but obviously this does kind of, like, put shade on his name, because he's this influential guy who's breaking out in his career and stuff, and now he's, you know, cheating the law and stuff. So it is kind of controversial, and I wish him all the best. I hope that he will learn to make better decisions in the long run. Like I said, it's a part of teenage life, making mistakes. Just as Paris made a mistake, he made a mistake, you know, and some people might not even view it as a huge deal, which, I mean, I'm kind of, like, on the fence about it. I mean, of course he shouldn't have done it, but should we make such a huge deal about it? I don't know, because, yeah. But, you know, he was saying that, like, okay, since the legal age to join the war is 18, then the legal drinking age should be 18, and this was supposed to be in an interview. I haven't seen that interview, but I will look for it, and hopefully I can get a link down below to that interview if I do find it. Maybe it's in text and not, like, a video, so I will try to find that, and if I can, I'll post it down below. So keep checking back if you really want to see that video, because I know I'm kind of curious to see when he said that. But I do agree, like, if you can fight in a war at the age of 18, why not be able to be held responsible for your own drinking? But I don't know. I think that 18 is too young an age to join the war anyway, so maybe they should make it 19 or 21 or something like that. But yeah, again, this is just another mistake that he's gone and made, and, you know, there's no statement from his representatives or anything like that, but there should be one soon, obviously, because it's a pretty big deal. But they're just looking into it right now, seeing what had gone on and stuff, and I hope that nobody really gets into too much trouble, you know, not on Ralph's end and not on his end, because this will be a very good learning experience, and I would highly, highly commend him not taking up the habit of drinking, like, for leisure, you know, like, you can see what it's done to certain celebrities, you know, drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. So kind of hope that he's smart enough to handle his alcohol, and I do feel that he might be a responsible person. He seems like it, and I guess maybe he didn't think that the media would catch him with the bottle of Macallan and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just thought I would talk about these, like, issues, because so many people are talking about them, and I see it all over Instagram, and I've seen them all over Twitter, and like I said, I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and we're talking about it, whether it was a big deal or not. So, both issues kind of just tie together in the fact that the media kind of, like, blew things out of proportion, or you might not think that they blew things out of proportion, but, you know, the media covered the issue that was at hand, so, that's why I decided to put them both in the same video. But anyway, I know I've been rambling on for, like, ever and ever, but, yeah, yeah, just let me know what you guys think about these topics down below. Like I said, try to keep it, you know, neutral. Don't, I mean, of course, voice your opinion, but I mean, don't jump all over each other just because you have different opinions, because I'm sure that there are different opinions on each topic. I'll just try to get some links down below so you guys can check it out for yourself if you haven't already. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though I've been kind of rambling on, and I will see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye!